good. So, hello viewers. Today with us, Nayasha ma'am. She is a certified NLP coach and trainers and life coach. So, how are you, miss?
Hello, Ronak. Thank you so much. I'm very good, and I'm hoping that you are good too. So,
Yeah. And Nayasha miss, I have seen your videos on YouTube and Instagram. So, how do you take out time for social media?
I think that's life. That's part of life. Even you are doing the same. If you
Right.
are into this space, I think that's that accountability, that responsibility to be visible and to keep on sharing a piece of you which will connect you to others and to millions. So,
Right. So, let's start the conversation. And to begin with, I would like to ask one question, which is people are getting lots of an anxious thought in their brain when they think of achieving their goals. So according to your experience, I mean, how can we incorporate manifestation in terms of achieving goal? How manifestation can help in achieving goals? Naya Shams.
okay. So, see, we are manifesting, we are achieving 24/7. This is
Right.
not a rocket science. The word manifestation has been given through science that anything that you have in your mind, when you are in the right frequency, when you are in the right energy, you are alignment in with your goals, that is when you
Hmm.
achieve it. But we are already doing all of these things according to our negative thoughts, negative beliefs. So let us understand why are people getting anxious. The way you started your question, the simple answer to it is that today people don't have that patience. They are not working for their self development, that growth that they require. Plus, there are a lot of things that they have gone through, and everyone is not coming understanding that they need to take care of these emotions that they have gone through, these negative events, people hurting them, they're not getting promotion, because of which they are getting frustrated, that anger is coming out to their families. So there are these things, people are taking all of these heavy burden along with them, and because of which it is causing a lot of ailment, as in a lot of negative effects are being seen in their health, relationships, or you say career also. At work they feel burdened, they don't love their work,
Right.
and the money flow is also not coming. So everything is because as we all are seeing daily, there are so much of this one thing coming up, that these days in fact it's very surprising to see that children having stress. Like, if you will recall, like in our generation when we were in school, this used to be a very rare talk on stress. There used to be very rare. But today, stress is something, and mental stress is something which is so much booming, especially in youngsters. And also, one of the reasons that I believe in, everyone wants success. They want to achieve success very fast, very quick.
Right.
So, which is also, they are not giving themselves that time to live life, to enjoy life, and to understand who they are at core.
Hmm.
So I feel as if the AI has taken over us. Human are also becoming more of AI, just working,
Hmm.
doing their jobs, achieving targets. But the main core, if I have to ask you, who is Ronak as an authentic person, what will you say? What's your authentic self? If I have to question you.
In your authentic way, I would say, to be honest, I love sharing what I learned on my own. So I'm also confused, actually.
Okay, no
I would
problem.
just add
So
my
authentic.
profession, like, yeah.
So see, authentic self means who you are as a person, the real you. These days, people are hiding a lot of them. If they have to please someone, they will be
Hmm.
superficial. But
Right.
what happens? That is not you.
Hmm.
The inner version of you is not that. And because of which, your subconscious mind can hear you, and this is where you are into disalignment. A
Hmm.
lot of confusion, a lot of clutter starts happening. Because when you don't feel safe, if you are saying something, if you're doing actions which is not as per according to your identity, you will definitely, your inner core will feel that you are not safe into this zone. And so your subconscious mind, your brain starts behaving very differently.
Hmm. So Nayasha Miss, what is manifestation according to you? I mean, how to manifest? Simple steps.
Okay. So see, as I've started with that, we are manifesting 24/7. So
Hmm.
manifestation is already there. Manifestation in today's term, if I will have to address it, there is a certain goal. Say your goal is to you want a BMW car, you need promotion, you
Right.
want to have 50% hike in your salary, you want to get married. These are all your goals. Now,
Right.
manifestation is that you have this particular goal, you are subconsciously preparing yourself and consciously also taking decisions, taking actions, feeling those emotions which are required as per the alignment of your goal, and
Right.
accordingly you are achieving. So, this together is said to be a manifestation process. It is just a term, but we are,
Right.
anyways, doing. Say, example, if you are waking up early, you're starting your morning ritual by meditation, you're doing few practices, and then you are starting your
Hmm.
day by breakfast, then you are starting your whole day going to work. And because you're taking care of your mind, your body, you're eating right, then you're meeting people. So you are also maintaining that calmness within yourself. And when you're coming back, there are other, so this way you are already taking care of yourself.
Yeah. Right.
So see,
So,
if you're taking good care of your health, you will definitely manifest good health. Simple. And if you're troubling yourself by thinking that in the past you had faced failures and because of which you are into this fear that the same event is happening and you're not sure if this time things will work out in your favor. So you are carrying fear, so which will help you build more fear, and you will attract situations where you will have reasons to feel fear. So this is
right.
how everything works.
So, Nayasha Miss, I have a very similar question akin to what you have previously mentioned about about manifestation. Like, what is affirmation? Like, people believe affirmation and manifestation are same or similar, or what do you think? Are these distinct with each other? What is affirmation and manifestation? You know?
See, manifestation is the process of achieving your goal. I will term it, that's a definition,
Okay.
right? Affirmation is a technique. Like
Right.
affirmation for me, how I address is any word that you are saying. The more you say, the more you repeat, the more you start believing.
Right.
Like, Ronak, I will ask you to do one task. This is an affirmation that I'm giving you. You
Okay.
have to just do your hands like this and you have to say, yes, I'm the
Yes,
best.
I am the
Yes, I'm
best.
the best. Do it 5 times.
Yes, I am the best. Yes, I am the best. Yes, I am the best. And yes, I am the best.
So how are you feeling? Energetic?
Yeah, totally
Good.
enthusiastic, energetic. Yeah.
Yes. So this is the power of affirmation. If you are not confident and you're just doing it, yes, I'm the best right before interview,
Right.
you will carry the same energy before your interview. So here the alignment of your feelings. You while you were doing this, you were feeling good, right? You're
Right.
feeling
Feeling
that energy. Your whole
uplifted.
body was in that action. Then
Right.
you were believing also something good.
Mm.
And then this is an action. So it's all in alignment. That is why you felt that energy within you.
Right.
So this is affirmation for me.
And affirmation. So, what is self-talk? If I'm going to a stage and if I have a public speaking event in front of 20,000 people crowd, then I mean, does a self-talk help me to confront that stage fear or affirmation? I mean, are these same or distinct? Self-talk or affirmation?
See, self-talk, it's not just when we are going at this stage. Self-talk is something we are having 24/7. We have an inner voice, that is self-talk. Like you have this craving of having ice cream right this very moment. It's coming from inner voice. That is self-talk. And if you're having stage fear, you will have to address a lot of other things. There are a lot of limiting beliefs which you have not believed in. Even if you will be called for presentation in the room, small room, you will
Mm,
not be very confident. So you will have to start taking little actions before you go for a public speaking in right in front of 20,000 people.
right,
Then the art of public speaking, there has to be eye contact. What is the right body language?
right.
How you can use hand gestures? What is the language that you will be using as speaking English or through words? It needs
Right.
to connect to the people. So there are a lot of elements which comes into public speaking.
So Nasha Miss, I have seen your YouTube video. You have been training. I mean, you were training 50, 60 people in a particular room. So I mean, what are your advices? What are your three advices on public speaking? Like if one will incorporate these insights, then his speaking will get enhanced or you know, good. Three advices.
As said, the first thing is that the person needs to practice, and it has to come from acceptance. That okay, you have to accept. First thing is that you're not good, accept it. But are you ready to
Mm.
face the challenges? Are you ready to be a good public speaker? If that passion is within you, that yes, whatever it takes, I'm ready, that is only when you will take the other steps. If you're
Right.
still into your comfort zone, it will not happen. It will, of course, take a lot of time because you need to have that zeal within you. You need to have that passion that why you should be doing. So your
Right.
why needs to find well. When you have your why, that why you want to be a public speaker, you're ready to come out of your cocoon of comfort zone and ready to face your challenges. That is when you start accepting challenges, like going, talking to random people, going out on professional meetings, taking
Mhm.
up challenges. You used to be a back listener. Now you've started going, greeting people, addressing them, introducing yourself. So these
Right.
are little steps. So then comes third is the right body posture, having right eye contact. If you're not having the right eye contact, how you can use the whole space of the stage, what
Right.
your words should be while you are starting your the opening line, and how you can fill in the whole vocab about the storytelling. There are a lot of elements. So
Mhm. So Nayasham is moving towards our next imperative question, which is what is law of attraction and what is the difference between manifestation and law of attraction?
there is no difference. Law of attraction and manifestation is the same. Law of attraction is said that whatever karmas that you are building,
Mm.
you will attract the same result. Like if you will keep on thinking negative thoughts, you
Mm.
will attract more of negative results. If you will keep on thinking positive things, you will attract more of positive results. And same is said in Bhagavad Gita and even Bible. It is the same. But these are few law, like law Newton's, and these are just few law. How these principle works. So Newton and other scientists have already researched on this, and they have understood how this physics, how the space works. So say if you are thinking, and if you have this interview and you're not prepared for this interview, so now you're thinking, oh God, I don't know if I will be able to appear for the interview. My
Right.
shirt is not looking good. I'm not confident. What if they ask me this question? I did not prepare for this. So if you're building these thoughts and you're not confident within yourself, you yourself will give reasons for not cracking that interview on the first stage.
Right.
But even if you're not prepared for the interview and you are confident that previously also I've given interview and whatsoever, I know I've worked for these many years, I've learned so much, and even if I don't know anything, I'm ready to learn. That's completely fine. So with this
Mm.
knowing, you will appear for the interview, you will be confident, you will be honest there, and there are possibilities that definitely you will get the job.
Right. So, Miss, you have explained very amazingly about law of attraction. So, I mean, are there any techniques or approaches to apply law of attraction? Like if we release the energy from our mind or soul to the universe, then the same energy will come back to us, right? And you have mentioned about Bhagavad Gita. So there is slok as well in Bhagavad Gita. I was reading and I've seen in reel also many times it is karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan matri karma phale heturva mate sangosto karmani. Like as we do karma, we will get the results and output as well at the same time, right? So what are your insights on being anxious? Like, I mean, I am too much worried about the output as opposed to the efforts I'm making towards the goal I want, right? So, what are your insights on an anxiety? How to deal with an anxiety? You are a life coach, and phenomenally, you are doing great. So, I mean, what do you think about how to deal with this an anxiety?
Thank you, Ronak, for the acknowledgement. And yes, see, as we have started this podcast by addressing stress. So the first thing is that it's okay to have confusion, but can you do something about it? That question needs to come from within. And if you really want to come out of it, you have to come seek to experts. Because for these many years, you've already tried doing at your best. And
Mm.
if you could have done more, were not into the space. So now go to an expert and understand. The expert will help you understand that why from where these confusions, these doubts, these insecurities are coming. And when I meet my clients, a lot of these things are coming from their childhood. So imagine that in childhood, the child has felt a lot of these negative emotions and which has not been dealt. And while this child has kept on growing, there has been setbacks into this child's life. And now this child is feeling that why is this stress so much into his life?
Mm.
So this is where healing comes. Healing is an aspect that whatever negative things that you have gone into your life, it can be through hurt, it can be any kind of pain through people, or it can be any event or situation. Example that you have flunked in your exam and now you have to repeat the same semester. So if it is event or people, doesn't matter. What matters is there are also people who have flunked, but they have repeated the same semester happily, right? Versus there are people who felt shame, who felt
Mm,
as if they cannot face the society. So now see, that's the difference, and this is where the mindset comes.
mm,
So how you build up your current scenario, that is how you will create results. Jesse
right,
Karni Vaisi Bharni, a very shortcut to the Bhagavad Gita slok.
right,
So here is the same law of attraction coming also. If that child who has flunked and is not confident, he is not talking to other batchmates because he's feeling that he has flunked, people will make fun of him. So there are more students who will make fun of him. And here is then another student, example B, who is confident, and whatsoever reason might be that he was unwell and he had to repeat, but he is ready to
mm,
face the consequences. And he knows that okay, fine, he has flunked, but this time he will give his best.
right,
Even if his friends are making fun, then also he will show the results. He will start showing the results. In first unit test, he will get good marks. And then people will start acknowledging him too.
right.
So it is totally because of the mindset. So this is how it works.
And I mean, aligned with this, I would like to go towards again a very crucial question, which is what is growth mindset? I have heard from many people, they have given incredible definition about growth, mindset and advices that how to build it. What are your insights according to your experience, that what is growth mindset and how we can get rid of fixed mindset and develop a growth mindset?
Okay, Ronak. Very interesting question because a lot of people are stuck
Right,
being rigid and they're not able to come out of that cycle. So see, fixed mindset means that whatever you have been doing since very long, we might have met mostly elder people, that they are so much into their comfort zone whenever you want to teach them something new to them. Example, few years back they were not confident on using smartphone and they were like, we don't want to use WhatsApp and this and that. They were very rigid, so they were having fixed mindset. But
right,
after pandemic, now you will see even grannies, right, they are
right,
also using WhatsApp and they are also using smartphone.
right,
So what really happened, they, from fixed mindset, they grew up into growth mindset. So they started growing into their thoughts, they started taking action, and they were confident somewhere that okay, fine, we are ready to invest time, so we will learn the app, WhatsApp. So here, if say person A, he has started his factory versus person B, who's also started at the same time. Person A, he is having challenges, not making much money, and he has a team to pay the fee also, salary. But this month he has to take through his father, and now he is planning to shut the factory. Person B, who's actually having growth mindset, he is like, okay, something has not been working, so he will call team meeting. He will say that, oh, this department, what went wrong, find it out. This department, what went wrong, what are the coming challenges, and what are the improvement that you guys are suggesting. Then collective meeting, and where he will draw some conclusion based on the strategies being suggested by them. So there is growth mindset, that he's not ready to quit. The fixed mindset is only thinking about that this is a failure. So where
mm,
growth mindset is ready, whatever consequences, whatever risk, the growth mindset person is ready to take that risk, calculative risk, and
mm,
he will definitely keep on growing. It's okay to fail, but the growth mindset will still look up on challenges, and he will still come up with different opportunities. He will keep on creating opportunities. So even at sports, you will always see, even if you are having hurt, or say some kind of hurt on your skin or feet, a person, especially sport person, you will always see he will not even feel the pain,
right.
because for him that target of achieving that line, so achieving that goal is the target for him. So that's for the growth mindset.
And actually, you have actually shared very practical, insights in regard of growth, mindset individual and fixed mindset person. I was reading a book 5 a.m. Club. Are you aware of this? I mean, of Robin Sharma.
I'm aware, but I have not read it.
You didn't read it, right? He mentioned very incredible thing, and which is realistic in life, right? He mentioned life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react on it. You have heard it, right?
Yes, yes.
So,
There are yeah,
so actually,
please.
growth mindset people respond to their to the ideas, and fixed mindset people often react. So what are your insights? What is the difference between responding and reacting? and why reacting is not good and why responding is good.
So I have a very different approach. See, reacting and responding, we are all humans, and definitely we will react and we will respond.
Respond.
But if you're reacting too much and you're not responding in the right manner, that is risky. So now I will start explaining it further. Say reacting means that someone is poking you this way and you are like, don't do. So this is
Mm.
a reaction you are seeing. And responding is even this person is doing, and you're like, it's okay, please. This is disturbing. So you are in your senses and you are just responding. That, see, this is not something that I'm liking it. Please don't do. So the reacting is that you are reacting with your anger, with your frustration, and responding is you're taking time, absorbing time, you're thinking about it, and then you are giving your answer very calmly.
Right. Very practical, actually, it is. Any individual will think, this way. So, Nayasha, miss, I would like to ask last question of our phenomenal podcast, and which is a lot of people are going through. And that question is how to deal with stress.
Okay, perfect.
Right.
Okay, the first thing is that we all have stress and it's absolutely normal. But what is not normal is staying stuck.
So staying stuck,
Staying
right?
stuck when you are going through depression, when you are in stress, you are aware that you're not able to move your body, you're not able to get out of this whole negative thoughts which is chained, and it is happening after like for multiple days. That is
Mm.
when it is stress and depression. People these days are also using stress very easily. Any
Mm.
negative thought that comes into their mind and they are so quickly addressing as, oh god, I've got stress, which is not true. You cannot use anything because your mind is always listening to you. Your monkey mind is always listening, and accordingly it will create results.
Right.
So you have to be 100% in the reality check. What are the words that you are using? Like now you understand every word is an affirmation. Whatever you are saying holds your results. So if someone is going through stress, the first thing is that approach expert. If they cannot make a list of things that is troubling them, start writing all the negative things that they are feeling right this moment. Like the student that we took example, he has flunked and now he has to repeat. Every day he's going to school, he's feeling about that failure, wrong decisions, nobody talking to him, everyone's making fun. So he will start taking note of everything, because what is important is you have to release.
Release.
Energy flows, and if you are keeping this negative energy, like everything is energy, this is
Mm.
science, even we are energy, this laptop, you are energy, right? So everything is energy, and if you are keeping this negative energy inside you, you're not
Mm.
releasing it because energy needs to move. So you have to release energy. You have to release the negative energy. And so you need to write, 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 write. You have to keep on writing, keep on writing, keep on writing. There will be a moment you will start feeling lighter.
Right.
And then tear that sheet with anger and just flush it out. And believe that it has been drained off your life. So this is one of the ways. Another ways is start spending time in the nature.
Mm.
The more you're connected to nature, just go out, look out in the sun. Then also do prayers. People don't pray these days, they pray in a very calculative way.
Mm.
Prayers is also a moment where you are giving all your 100%, your faith, your positive insight about life, what is the goal that you want, and you are ready to put that action that is required to become that. So a lot of
Mm.
people also fail to become what they want to achieve. So that is alignment. Then comes that if you are going through stress, also meditate. You have to meditate. When you are meditating, that is the time when you are spending time with yourself, connecting with your authentic self, connecting with your inner core.
Right. Actually, you have shared a lot of practical things. And if I conclude what you have mentioned, which is stress is something which is not going the way I want it to go. Right. And if a particular or specific individual is reacting too much, even on silly things or things which does not own too much meaning with itself, right? Like we put meaning too much in things, right? That they don't even deserve, and that's where from stress comes from, right? So you have shared a very practical thing, which is dealing with the stress, spending time in nature, right? And breathing. So what are your insights on meditation? Like, do meditation help releasing stress or not?
Absolutely. Meditation, as I've said, that you connect with your inner self, you connect with your authentic self. As when you start your day, just stay still. Like these days when you are watching reels, so it has conditioned your brain to spend only few seconds. So you will see that you are into this distraction habit, and it is raising day per day because of the habit of on being on social media, Instagram reels, watching YouTube reels. So you will see this habit whenever you have to work also. You will not be are not focused. So if you are meditating, you are giving yourself that silence within yourself to calm your brain, to calm your inner body, to be in that zone where you feel, see, you have to feel calm. That is
Mm,
when your outer reality will also be peaceful. So if you're not having that peace within yourself, how can you expect outside? Everything outside is an inner reflection of you. So that's a quick answer.
So this is it, the podcast. Thank you so much, Nayasa Miss. You have answered all the questions very realistically, not theoretically, and it is very approachable, and it is something which one can execute and one can learn, and it is very conceivable approaches and practical advices you have shared. So thank you so much for taking out your 30 minutes for this valuable discussion and your time. Very great, grateful to your kind of people whom I met. I also personally learned a lot of things, and I love to share with others also. So and I'm very much sure that people will learn and they will execute in their life, and they will be capable enough to come out of their danger or difficult zone. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ronak. The pleasure is completely mine having this opportunity and getting to know you at this very young age. You are having this understanding, and you've already started your podcast, and people are benefiting through it. So, kudos to
Thank you.
you too, and I'm wishing you all the very best and keep on rising. So, thankful to be connected to you, and all
Thank
the very best.
thank you, ma'am. Take care.
Take care.